What's going on, guys? I'm back for part 16 of the AEK series. We're approaching the end of the season now, and there's been quite a lot of stuff to go through, actually. First off, I think the most significant change will be in the tactics. So I've still got a home and an away tactic, but as you can see, I've gone asymmetric with my home tactic. That's just... this is by far the strangest formation I've ever played with, but it's worked an absolute treat. I was having a chat with one of my mates, and he was watching my videos, and he said my tactic was terrible. He supports AEK, so he always plays as them on FM, and he suggested a tactic. Now, it did involve using a sweeper, and I don't have a sweeper, so it wasn't really something I could use. But he did stress to me the importance of having plenty of players back, and so I've put a defensive mid on, but I've put him in a way that I can still utilise the talent of Zoric up in CAM, and I came up with this, an asymmetric formation. And if you look at the results, it has. I'm also going for a lower tempo but shorter passing. That's as opposed to just not having shorter passing and a higher tempo. And the chances we're carving out now have been a lot better. So that's very encouraging to see. I've also got a little switch tactic where I just completely switch the positions of of everyone, really. I thought that was a pretty cool addition. Makes it a bit more unpredictable. It can really fuck with you if you're defending and suddenly everyone just switches up and you don't know who to pick up, so I think it could work very well. Away from home, it's the same formation, but we're going control flexible rather than counter fluid, and we're having more of the game and beating teams we should be beating away from home. We're not pushing us higher up because that's still a bit suicidal away from home. But again, it's largely the same team instructions. Just revise player roles and sort of mentality and team shape. In terms of the results, then, where did I last leave you? Holy shit, we have a lot to get through. So I'm not going to bother clicking on the screen for each game. Anyway, where did we last leave off? Oh yeah, it was the Olympiakos defeat. PAS Gianna were our first opponents, and we smashed them 3-1. Aravidis hat-trick within 30 minutes. Great performance from him. Another Aravidis hat-trick made it 4-2 against PAOK to send us through to the semi-finals of the Greek Cup. Again, we drew Olympiakos. I know every single episode seems to have a live come against Olympiakos, but guys, there's going to be another one for the semi-final second leg. A chance to take revenge, but you know me, a chance we're probably not going to take. Optimistic sod I am. This game here, a very disappointing defeat against Kakaira, 2-1. Robert Longu, a Romanian regen, did so much damage against me. He doesn't seem to be that good compared to what we've got, but nevertheless, he did the damage really, 45 and 69, with an Aravidis goal just after I absolutely ranted at them at half-time. We then hosted a Tromatos, who are down there in the relegation scrap, and we took them out 2-0. Saris from a corner on the first minute, and the regen Igor Kon, who I've started to introduce off the bench now, getting the other goal on 67 minutes. He's a lot of his stats are starting to be yellow, which signifies pretty decent stats. His finishing now 15, as is his heading and off the ball. Brilliant stats for a striker at only 16. I'm so glad I picked him up on a free. He's going to be a great player for us one day. The first leg of the semi-final was a 2-0 home win against Olympiakos. Another great home performance against our bitter rivals. And I think it's actually worth showing you the goals in glorious 3D. They were that good, honestly. So many bookings for Olympiakos. You can see maybe where they lost the game. Right, then this is going to be laggy as fuck, isn't it? Now that I've given you guys a little special treat in the 3D match engine, but nevertheless, the first goal came from Helder Barbosa. It was a beautiful strike from just outside the box, I believe. Aravidis, who somehow is black on the 3D match engine, that's not quite right, but shielding the ball like an absolute train. Cordero winning it. Helder Barbosa just picks it up and decides to just have a go, and for all the lag, I'm sure you can appreciate that it was a wonderful goal. And look at that, AEK fans sat next to Olympiakos fans with no segregation. Trust me, that would not happen in real life. Jesus Christ. How unsafe would that be? Anyway, poor play from Olympiakos there, giving us the chance to set up another goal. and Tunis on the wing picks out Con, who scores what I believe, well, that was his second ever AEK goal, and celebrated with due enthusiasm, I think. Then had a very impressive away performance against Ergotelis. This was the game where I decided to change the away tactic, as it wasn't quite working. I changed it to what I showed you earlier, and we managed to score 5 goals away from home. So I achieved exactly what I wanted to. Aravidis, Dennis Willian with an own goal for us, and Tunis with a brace. Mantelos on 77. Dennis Willian scoring at both ends with a penalty on 12, and Luis Paulo, definite Chelsea connection there, on 40 minutes. We had another home game against newly promoted Varoia, and we took them out 2-0. Bakakis and another own goal, Setkus this time, on 37. We then had Panathinaikos, and again they were too strong for us. I believe we've lost all our games against Panathinaikos, which hurts a lot, but one day we'll beat them. Karelis, again, 51 minutes. We played very well. I can't fault them at all. In terms of the Super League table, there's one game to go. There's not too much to play for. There's the very slim possibility that we could finish ahead of Tripolis if we win and they lose, because we've got superior goal. Oh, is it actually sorted on head-to-head? Yeah, we kicked off the campaign by smashing them 3-0, didn't we? So we have a better head-to-head. So hopefully, if we win and they lose, we go third, and we get a points advantage in the European Places playoff. And besides, it'd be awesome to finish 2 places above where we finished last season. We've already surpassed last season's points tally by 5 points as well, and we're also closer to top spot as things stand. So definite progress, although it's not really represented on the table. Alternatively, we can't finish below 5th now, so we're definitely in the European playoff. If we can get just a point, then we'll secure 4th place. I'd like to see an improvement in where we finish, and that's looking fairly likely. Further down the table, it's an absolute mess down the bottom. Kokaira, Panatolakos, A.E.K, Panthrakikos, and Atromitos can all go down. It's going to be a very exciting final day for those teams. But potentially an exciting day for the title as well. Panathinaikos are playing Tripolis, who are obviously tough opponents. And Olympiakos have Platanias, and with that they have the opportunity, maybe, to snatch the title from Panathinaikos on the last day of the season. So it's a shame that we're not in the title battle, but at the same time, it's looking like a very exciting conclusion to the season. Anyway, I've gone with the best possible 11 here. My strongest side, Anistis, Comboy, Cielis, Kolovestios, Bakakis. At the back 5 rather. Zizinho sitting in front of them. Zoric and Cordero in midfield. Helder Barbosa and Tunis on the wings. And Aravidis up front. We just need to hold on for dear life here. So it's most likely to come down to the lottery of a penalty shootout. Let us hope not. And they're going 4-4-2. It looks like they're resting players too, so... Oh, I really hope we can beat them. I really hope. Not a great team talk. I'm going to be making an absolute arse of myself if I continue to lose against these teams in live comms. Players aren't as well motivated as I want them to be. But I get the feeling Olympiakos definitely have one eye on the title. Or possibly snatching the title. But how cool would it be to get some silverware at A.E.K. Finally, you know. But we need to not concede early. That's pretty key. Because Olympiakos will probably have all of the attacks. We just need to ride our luck. Okay, Aravidis is collecting the ball out wide. He's going to get smothered. Barbosa, again, he's pretty isolated, so unless he passes it back, which he does, he would have lost the ball. Bakakis on the overlap now. Whips it in. Aravidis! That's a 3-0 advantage against Olympiakos. Surely now we cannot choke as badly as we did last season. Surely now revenge is on the cards. Come on! It's a free kick for Zoric. It's straight at the wall. Unlucky. That's a penalty! If we bury this now, we are home and dry. Surely we are home and dry. We never had a 4-goal advantage in the semi-final. I do not think. Yeah, it was 3 at most. It's going to be nowhere near as dramatic if Zoric buries this penalty. which he has done. It's 2-0 to AEK on the night, 4-0 on aggregate, after all this pain that they have caused us. The other semi-final, incidentally, is being contested by sort of lower teams. PAOK, obviously, we knocked out, and I believe Panathinaikos were knocked out by Olympiakos earlier in the competition. So, you know, you don't want to get carried away, but we could have one hand on the trophy here. I'm going to tell him cautiously, I'm very pleased with their performance. Let's start the second half. Olympiakos with the corner. Well cleared by Bakakis off the line. Don't say it's another counter-attack for us. Oh, Aravidis has absolutely skinned him there. Barbosa, bury it! You have the fucking composure of somebody who's just been zapped in the balls. I don't know what that analogy was. I can't think straight. So happy to seemingly, you know, be on our way to the final. On our way to Greek Wembley. I don't know whether that be the Olympic Stadium or what. But we're going to rest some players for the last game of the league. Give Vitlis a little taste of Olympiakos action. He's a little regen. And I'm not sure who else to bring on. I don't want to bring another regen on. I don't want to throw the game away. Anakoglu actually is probably best in midfield. Just take Zoric off as he's got a yellow card. Don't want him suspended for the final. Conboy picks up his obligatory yellow card, although he does seem to have toned his discipline a little bit, thankfully for us. Another highlight then. Olympiakos are in possession. Skepovic, any goal now is unlikely to make any difference. It's just squirmed in under Anistis. That's a terrible error, but luckily it hasn't cost us at all. Holy crap, Zinio's been killed. 56%. Might need to rest him for the final league game. Barbosa, Cielis, Zinio sprays it out to Vitlis. We're in the final. Get banged on, Olympiakos. Cheerio. We have a chance to win some silverware here. I can't believe that. After what was surely destined to be a trophyless season, we have a chance, a golden chance, to win something for the fans. I can't wait to get into the final. That's going to be the live com for the next episode, and there'll probably be another episode after that, just to review how the European Place playoff went, etc. Plans for next season and stuff. But that is it for this episode, and one of the sweetest moments in this save so far. We have taken Olympiakos out of the cup. 4-1 on aggregate. And I cannot stop smiling right now. Take care, guys. See you later.